So, I've gotten back into Portal recently, which made me decide that I should do a video on how to survive homicidal robots, which is what I'm now doing. Now keep in mind, I'm not an expert on this topic, so these are just my suggestions on what you should do in this scenario. To start, there are two types of homicidal robots. The first one being humanoid robots, which are kind of human-like with arms, legs, body, and head. And a couple examples of these being like the robots from iRobot, Terminator, and Robocop, though he wasn't homicidal. And these will be covered in part 1. While then in part 2, we'll have more supercomputers, and these are stationary robots, for example, HAL, and also GLaDOS. Now first off, there are a couple different types of these robots. There's A robot that was built for a specific purpose, and became self-aware and went out on a killing rampage. And B, a robot that was built for search and destroy and is specifically targeting you. Now, to distinguish between these two, a rampaging robot will not be targeting a specific person. It'll just be in an area wreaking havoc, destroying buildings, and attacking people, but again, not attacking a specific person. Now, for the search and destroy, this will be targeting a specific person, and will generally be chasing them around, and for the most part, not hurting other people or damaging other buildings. Now, to deal with the rampaging robot, what you need to do is get out of that area and notify the police. Now keep in mind, it won't really be chasing you. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the police can't deal with it. Now, another difference between the rampaging robot and the search and destroy robot is the rampaging robot won't necessarily be disguised. The search and destroy robot will. So you won't really know if the search and destroy robot is nearby, and thus you won't be anticipating the first attack. Now, with the first attack, you need to do similarly what you did with the rampaging robot. Get out of there. But now you can make sure that the robot can't follow you, like get on a train or get in a car, because it will attempt to follow you. After you survive the initial attack, there are a couple things you want to do. First off, determine whether or not it was a robot or just a human. Because if it's just a human, you won't need to do most of these steps. While if it was a robot, you're going to want to take these precautions. Next, whether or not it was a human or robot, notify the police, because you're not going to want to deal with this alone, and they're going to have access to weapons. Third, get into physical shape. Exercise, eat better, because when you encounter this again, you're going to want to be able to run away. After that, get some sort of camera. Usually the one on your phone would work, because you're probably in the habit of carrying that around anyways. Because when you encounter it again, you're going to want to be able to record the encounter to then analyze the scenario and identify weak points or what type of weapon he's using. It can also be helpful to the police, so show it to them. Fifth, identify any company that you might have offended. Usually you would have hindered the business in somehow, and once you've found one, do some research. Check to see if they're working with robotic technology, or if they have a supplier that works with robotic technology. And if they do, you'll probably be able to learn some about the robot you're facing. And finally, if you have a weapon and are allowed to use it, I recommend carrying it around. But keep in mind, make sure it's a robot, not a human, because you will probably want to defend yourself when it attacks again. Now keep in mind, because this is a search and destroy robot, it will be searching for you. So, you'll want to generally avoid being found. First off, keep on the move, because it will likely be able to use the internet to track where you live. Then again, stay off the grid, because again, it will probably use the internet to track where you are using some of the identification technology. Like, don't use a credit card, so keep plenty of cash on hand. Stay off the internet, actually. So, I mean, if you need this guide, download it to your computer, or maybe your camera even, and then just watch it from there. And also, about the camera, don't use your cell phone. Just use it for the camera. Don't call or text people. If at all possible, contact your provider and cancel the service, because you don't want to be found. Keep in mind, it'll probably be able to track your heat signature, so if you ever encounter it again, try and stay in an area with your similar heat. Now, to finish this off, don't go out and attack it, because it is also a destroyer robot and will have superior firepower. But if you are in a situation where it's found you and you don't have any other choice but to attack it, then don't go face to face, because again, it will have superior firepower, but attack from a position of cover. Now, if you found a critical point where if you shoot there, it'll be crippled and can't attack you anymore, shoot there. However, if you're not 100% sure that that will work, go after its weapons, going from most deadly to least deadly, because if you destroyed its weapons, it can't attack you anymore. After that, go after its legs. That way it won't be able to go back and get repairs and then continue attacking. And after you've taken out its legs, go out and destroy it, like shoot the whatever you need to shoot to destroy it. You should have plenty of time there, so you can just guess. So this has been part 1 of the Homicidal Robot Survival Guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't be too paranoid about a homicidal robot coming after you, because this is an extremely rare scenario.